Okay, for this video, we're going to focus on color keying. And color keying was that one little tab I showed you just a second ago. And keying basically means to take out. So color keying means to take out a color. And what you're probably most familiar with is things like green screen photos. And we want to take out the green. So let me show you an example. Whenever you're going to key out something, you always want an image or a video below it. Because if we're going to take out this green, we're taking it out for a reason so that we can see something below it or behind it. So let me give you an example. So I'm going to drag this picture down on a track above, and it doesn't matter which track I put it on, just as long as it's above something below it. I'm going to come into the little pencil tool, and I'm going to go here to the color keying. Now, this is a picture, so you notice I don't have that speed tab, because it's not a video, so I can't make it go faster or slower. It's just a static picture. Now, when you come into color keying, you have a dropper, and this is where you choose what color you want to disappear. So in this case, I want green to disappear. So I'm going to drag it over here, or just, you don't have to drag it, just move it, and then click on the green, and now the green has disappeared. You'll notice, though, there's a little bit of a green halo around her, so you can play with these sliders, and sometimes you can, soften that or get rid of it. So like I said, there's some things you can do by playing around. But in this case, you can tell it's done a pretty good job. It's taken out all the green, and now I can see through to that other image. Now, remember, you also over here under transform, you could scale that. So I could make her smaller. I could come over here and drag her, and put her somewhere else in the video. Maybe she's just down here in the corner type of thing. So that's what's involved in color keying. It's really, really simple. I'm going to get rid of that one. And by the way, though, before I do, one thing to note, too, is it doesn't have to be a green background. It can really be any color background. The reason that green is the most popular one that they choose is because we tend to not have that color in our hair or skin tone. On occasion, you might see somebody with hair that color, but most of us don't have that color green in our hair. And if our skin looks that color, we're usually in the hospital. So that's why that's the most common color. But you could use blue, you could use orange, you could really use any color that you want and make it disappear. Also, if you didn't know this, I have a green screen studio here at school, so you can borrow my studio if you ever need to film in there. I also have a rolling one that you can roll behind you that's portable. But you can also just go to Walmart and buy some green fabric and have your own green screen at home. So several years ago, I went to the Walmart in Alcoa. You don't want shiny fabric. You want something that's maybe like a fleece or something of that nature. But I just bought some green fabric, maybe paid $5 or $6 for it. And then if I wanted to do green screen, I could just tape it up behind me on a wall and film me in front of it, and then just come in and take that out. But like I said, now I have the studio. But again, you could do this at home. Now, let me show you a really cool effect you can also do. Here's a picture of my dog, Barley. And I'm going to drag her down. Now, this is not a good picture to color key because I don't have a solid background. But I want to show you something you can do which can be good for special effects. So I'm going to come in here to this picture of Barley, and I'm going to get the dropper. And I'm going to tell it to take out this color here, which is going to pretty much take out the sky. But what I want you to notice is this color is very similar to this part of her cheek and this part on her throat, as well as her life vest. So when I tell it to remove that color, it also put a hole in her cheek and a hole in her throat and her life vest. So if I were to come here and move her around, you can see through, her throat to things in the background. Okay. So can be, like I said, this can be something you can use to your advantage. You can take, for instance, a green piece of cloth and tape it to your body, like maybe cut out a circle and tape it to your stomach, and then film yourself that way, and then come into the color keying and remove that green, and it's going to make it look like you have a hole in your stomach. Or, you could do a green sticker on your forehead, and it's going to look like you have a hole all the way through your forehead. So those are some neat little things that you can do for some special effects. I'm not going to keep that one here on Barley. I'll go ahead and take it out. Just remember, though, again, whatever you do when you're doing green screen type stuff, always color key it above a background image or a background video. While we're on that topic, let me show you one quick thing here. Up here in the top, you have a graphics tab, and these are some animated backgrounds. And so if you click play, you'll kind of see what they do. So these also work out well for backgrounds behind green screen footage. So I'm going to drop that underneath Barley here. And you'll notice, and let me get rid of Barley and go back to my media. Let's drag her down. So let's say, for instance, you film yourself in front of a green screen. Okay. You can then get rid of the green and put one of these animated backgrounds that are here behind you. And then you get this really cool effect going on behind you as you're talking. So that's all we're going to talk about with green screen. Today, I do want you to find a green screen image, and I'll show you that in a moment, and bring it down and make the green go away.